Welcome back. So we have these four colors. With them, we will style the page from last video to look similar to our desired design. Let's go to the global theme settings screen so that we don't have to change each component's colors individually. Here we can set each color and also see the contrast between the color and the background. Let me quickly set the colors. Always make sure to have a good enough contrast ratio when creating color palettes for your app. You can use Adobe Color for this to help you. Under this theme menu, you can set many other styling options such as setting fonts or navigation styles, but we won't do that as we don't need to for our style. Now that we have our colors set, let's start styling. Select our top bar container in the layout tree and go to Style tab. Here we set each view component style. Now we have a container. There are presets which you can use, but we will do our own style. We need a bright background. Then we can add the white shadow effect under the effect settings. What is great in the Style tab that you can set most of the properties to variables that can be changed during any other logic in the app. So for example, you can have the shadow to appear if the component was tabbed. Now let's round the corners. We can in fact set all corners to be rounded, but in our case we only need the two corners on the bottom to be rounded. We have the value already, so here it goes. To be able to reuse the same styling, we can create a new style. This will only be available for any container type component. You can see the new style in the bottom of the Styling tab. Oh, we have the image that overflows the top bar, so let's change the clipping to Yes in the Layout tab. Now we want to select a different image. Just upload any image you want to use in the Asset Manager. These will be part of the app when it is completed. We need to set the height of the top bar to our specified value, which is 64 pixels. The title is not correct, so we change the text content property and also the style for it. In this case, we can use the presets, they fit here well. Let's do something similar with our welcome text. Here, we need to modify the correct colors. Overwriting a style will change the look of all view components that have the same named style selected. Of course, we can set the font style as well, not only colors. This is what we do with the subtitle. And as most properties, this can also be bound to formulas. And now comes the date selection zone. We will modify a preset style, the secondary card component. Because we had done the smooth color palette changes inside the theme tab, it automatically adjusted color. Now let's add the shadows again. Next step is to change the icons to arrows. There are a few icons available by default in Composer Pro, but the list sometimes doesn't have everything that we need. In that case, you need to use the image or SVG view component as icon to upload your own icons. But we have a bunch of arrows available now, so we can find the correct ones. They are too small, so we can scale them up in the Style tab. Let's just change the text again. Remember that this video is only about styling, so we will change the text to dynamic in a later video. In our design, we want to show the weekdays as dark cards, so we need to edit the style there as well. Well, we don't need that big padding, so let's change that as the first step. We also need to change the size of the text containers inside there to fit content, so that these cards are smaller and can fit the screen well. For this reason, we also set the card size to 36 pixels and set the layout to centered. Now remove the old ones and let's copy paste in the new one. Okay, we are halfway there. Keep it up. Here's a cute cheer up cat to keep you motivated. For our services item component, we can reuse the top bar style, but now we need to set all corners to the same rounding. Also, we need more padding to arrange our content inside the container to be visible well enough. In future videos, we will turn this list into a repeating list with a data resource, but for now we just design the look of it. We also have a predefined height for this component, so let's set that. The title here will have the same style as the welcome subtitle, but its color is correct automatically because of the smart colors. Make sure to set the correct width and arrangement. We want to have a checkbox to show the user if they selected the service or not. This is why the container will be a white background and small padding around the icon. So we want to show an image of the service, and we do have the predefined sizes for that as well, so let's set it. You can almost always set the space between components on the Layout tab, but you cannot set the last component spacing, so keep in mind that. We have to decrease the space between the image and description and the title and the checkbox. To edit the description text, we need to set the size to growth of the text and also the container itself. We want our image to have the white shadow, so let's modify our already defined styles. Again, the overclipping of the shadow should be avoided in our case. So let's set that to no. Now we set the text to our desired description value. And only a few last steps are remaining. Remove the services items and we have to change the icon here to check. And again, later on we will set the visibility of this icon to tap event of the user. Okay, our button has incorrect colors, let's fix that. And now we need to add some space horizontally to center our welcome text and services containers as well. This space that we add is always calculated from the parent container's border. So this is why our title of services is gonna be a little bit more towards the center than the services items themselves. And here we have it. The style that looked weird by the end of the previous video now is basically the same to our planned design. In the next video, we will create the second page, mostly by copy-pasting components from this page. Cheers and see you in the next one.